Donald Trump had a freakout late last night against Fox News, all because they for a second acknowledged the reality that he lost the last election and that the Arizona recount audit, whatever you want to call it, turned up absolutely nothing that would suggest that Donald Trump won Arizona over Joe Biden, let alone any of the other swing states. And Trump put out this insane message directly attacking one particular Fox anchor. I'm just going to read you an excerpt of it. It says, Fox News and other media outlets incorrectly side with the outdated and terrible Maricopa County Election Board to report no fraud found in the presidential election. They spew the gross misinformation purposely put out by the county and the Associated Press and ignore the very important Arizona Senate hearing yesterday. The same anchor at the desk the night Fox called Arizona for Joe Biden now wants you to believe there was no fraud. That anchor was Bret Baier. And so Trump is directly aiming at a top Fox News voice there for simply reporting what every other news source was reporting, is that this audit turned up absolutely nothing of value. Nothing at the end of the day changed any results, and nothing at the end of the day suggested any sort of election that wasn't 100% on the up and up, fair and accurate. The United States has a lot of issues, but the 2020 election was well run basically everywhere in red states, blue states, and swing states. That is basically indisputable right now. But Donald Trump hates that even Fox News says that reality. And this is also connected to something that happened the night before, where a lawyer very friendly to Trump went on Hannity and said Trump lost.
Number one, there's never been a perfect election. JFK's election wasn't perfect. George Bush's election wasn't perfect. And the current election wasn't perfect. Number two, the evidence seems to strongly suggest that it wasn't stolen and that the outcome was right.
So that's Alan Dershowitz, who's on Fox and Newsmax quite a bit, saying, look, no election's perfect. It's unfortunate that some people don't trust the result, but we have no reason to believe the result is incorrect, and we have no reason to believe that the current winner wasn't the current winner. And that happened on that show. I didn't play you the full clip. I wanted to be brief. Without Hannity pushing back, Sean Hannity did not attack Alan Dershowitz for saying that. So even Hannity, one of the biggest Trump sycophants, wasn't willing to step in and say, actually, Donald Trump did win, Mr. Dershowitz. And it's showing that Fox News is part of this tug of war a little bit. Because after they did these things, Fox News supporters on Twitter and other social media attacked them. And of course, they got attacked by Donald Trump. And so they have this balance where sometimes they'll acknowledge the reality of the election, but then they get this backlash from OAN and Newsmax and Trump and the Trump supporters, and then they inevitably come back to the old well of just saying Donald Trump should still be president, is still the right guy, blah, 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 blah. And so that's really part of this dynamic. Donald Trump can't even handle criticism from his own camp. Neither can his supporters. And those media sources often lack the courage to be consistent in their criticism. But if Donald Trump can't handle criticism from his own team, it shows that he's unfit to lead a movement, and certainly he's unfit to be president again, and he was almost certainly unfit to be president for the last 4 years.